Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Tuesday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. It is Tuesday night. It is the Tuesday before Halloween. Halloween's coming up on Thursday. I will be live streaming on Thursday, so that's going to be awesome. I have no idea what I'm going to be working on Halloween night, but it's probably going to be something Halloween related. Um, the last couple of drawings I've been doing have been Halloween, like in spirit. So is tonight's. Tonight's going to be Beetlejuice, which is going to be a lot of fun. Um, well, I don't know if it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not a very good portrait artist, and this is a portrait of Beetlejuice. So we'll see how it goes. I'm planning on using charcoal here. Hopefully, it'll go well. But we'll see. Sometimes these things don't always go well, and I just hit delete and we delete it and pretend it never happened. So that might be the case here. But otherwise, it's going to be fun. You can feel free to hang out with me and chat. We can chat while we're doing this. I do have one announcement. I posted this on my community tab, but for those of you who don't think to check there, I am inviting other artists, people who like to draw, to join me in a co-stream thing next Tuesday. This is going to be the first one of hopefully many. So I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to invite people onto my stream and we can just hang out and kind of like, well, I'll try to think of something beforehand and let you know so that you can kind of plan in advance. But we'll draw something together. It could be just two of us. It could be three or four of us. I don't know yet. But I did want to put that out there. My email address is somewhere in the about section of this channel. So just use that. Send me an email. Let me know, and I'll send you an invite on Tuesday. There's only a couple of rules. Keep it kid friendly, things like that. But beyond that, I think it'd be fun to hang out and chat with you guys. So we'll see how that goes. Enough further to do, or however the saying is. I'm just going to jump right in and do this Beetlejuice thing. It's going to be great. Got Kid in the room. That's awesome. Kid says, still haven't seen the movie. Hopefully you're talking about the second movie, Beetlejuice 2, because Beetlejuice is like a classic. Everybody's seen Beetlejuice. But if you haven't seen Beetlejuice at all, that's fine. Beetlejuice is portrayed by Michael Keaton. He's kind of like the ghost with the most. It's just a fun movie. Okay, Kid says hasn't seen the second one. That's totally fine. That's a lot of people haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody. Hopefully, nobody else ruins it for anybody in there. The fact that everybody dies at the end shouldn't matter. I'm just kidding. That's always my joke whenever I say I'm not going to spoil it. It's like, yeah, everybody dies at the end, but I'm not going to tell you that. So I'm going to try a different technique here, where I just kind of have some fun and kind of mark out where I think the face is going to be. I'm not too worried about too much detail here, obviously. I'm just kind of sketching in where I think the face might be. I've done this kind of technique before with different results, but I kind of want to just feel my way around this a little bit. Obviously, not caring about detail. I'm just more concerned about where different shadows of the face might be. This is a classic Beetlejuice picture where he's kind of looking up oh. I can't do it justice. Oh, we got Dave in the house. We got Kevin in the house. Cool. Nice. Yeah. The second movie, I know that not everybody's seen it. It should be out. I think it's out on streaming already, like pay-per-view streaming. I don't know when it'll be out. I'm expecting it'll probably go to Max, because a lot of the Warner Brothers type movies, they go to Max, like HBO sort of. I'm expecting this one will eventually, but anyway, it's a good movie. I definitely recommend it. I enjoyed it. I would say it's hard to top the first one. The first one's a classic. So the first one is out there on streaming. It's everywhere during Halloween. So you should be able to watch that. That's definitely on Max. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime. If not, maybe it's on Netflix. It's on one of those channels. I watched it recently. It's a lot of fun to go back and rewatch. But for the second one, I would say it's just as good as the first one. I mean, it's hard to say that it's as good as the first one, because the first one's like a classic, but it's pretty good. So I'm just kind of getting really, really rough with getting these shapes in there, but I'm trying to get the big shapes in there, kind of block it in, and then I will worry about, you know, making some sense of this later. So like if this doesn't look like anything, that's it's not meant to. Hey, Studio of Art, how's it going? Yep, Beetlejuice. If I say it 3 times, it's going to show up. So I think it's not just that you say it 3 times. You have to say it 3 times in a row, like without saying. Like if I went Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, that doesn't count. Even if I throw in like another Beetlejuice later because it's not in order. That's my understanding. But yeah, the old Beetlejuice. Um, the new movie has a lot of the same cast from the first one. It doesn't have, was it William Baldwin? One of the Baldwins, I forget his name. Um, Gina Davis is in the first one. They don't come back. Winona Ryder comes back, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of new cast members. Jenna Ortega, the girl who plays Wednesday, is in it. And then some other dude, I forget his name. He was in um, The Leftovers. I think I don't know his name. Your PFP is so professional, my guy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You look like a person that would have like a 10 million sub. No, I'm not. I'm never gonna have that many. I'm not a consistent artist. Some of the stuff I do is pretty good, and then other parts of the stuff that I do is just not. I don't know. The quality's not always consistent, but I appreciate the compliment. 10 million subs. Even the guys that I like, the people I look up to, they don't have 10 million. It'd be tough to get 10 million subs as an artist. Um, there's some people with like high sub counts, but that's not even a goal of mine to be honest. I wouldn't know what to do with 10 million subs. I'd be a little nervous. All right, so I think this is fine as far as just making messes. All right, now I'm gonna go back into some of my more traditional ways of doing things. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but we'll get them in here. Even like if I can't quite draw Beetlejuice, I'll just say his name 3 times and he'll pop up. That'd be cool if I could like animate this and make him pop up. That'd be cool. I do art on my channel. I'm hoping to reach 10K by next year. Hey, everybody, go check out Studio of Art channel and give him a like and a subscribe. We'll get you to 10K, buddy. I don't have enough subscribers to get you to 10K, but hey, I'll give you a shout out. Um, I'm not sure if I've checked out your channel yet myself, but I will definitely do that. I always like to support other artists who watch this show. Especially like some of the younger viewers that come in and watch. I think it's kind of cool to kind of mentor them. So like if I get some younger viewers in here who are just getting started in drawing stuff, that's rewarding for me. That makes me feel good. But I don't know. There's a wide variety of people who watch this channel from all different age groups and backgrounds and different areas of the world actually. Like I'm really surprised at like some of the places that people tune in from. By the way, subbed, I want you to hit 1K. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty close to it, I think. Last time I checked I was at like 960, which again, it's not really a goal of mine to like have a lot of subscribers and all of that jazz. It is kind of cool though. The only goals I have for this channel are to like, practice, get good at what I'm doing, be somewhat entertaining. I don't want people to be bored watching this channel. And just have a good time, chat with my friends. Like a lot of you guys have been in here for many many months. Like some of you guys have been in here since the beginning. Like I started this channel beginning of 2023, and here it is 2024, and some of you guys have been here that entire time, which is awesome. uh, I don't deserve it, but I appreciate it. Views are worth more. Yeah, it definitely helps to have, I want people to watch my stuff, obviously. If it, what I need to do to get more viewers, I think, and more subscribers in general, is to like actually make more standalone, shorter videos. This live stream stuff, not many people have like, hours to watch my live streams, because usually my live streams go to an hour and a half to 2 hours. Not a lot of people want to invest that much time, but that's okay. I let people jump around and stuff like that. It's all good. But it's all about having fun. If you're having fun, which I am, hanging out with all of you guys, um, that's all that really matters to me. But I think probably by the end of the year, I'll be up. And I mean, unless I say something that gets me canceled, like I don't know. I'm kind of prone to gaffes. I might say something that gets me canceled, but barring that, I'll probably be up to 1,000 by the end of the year, which would be cool. Start 2025 on the right foot. I think my goal, I'll be all right back. That's fine. I think my goal ultimately is to go off and make some more videos that are like educational. I think, stuff that people can actually learn from, benefit from, demonstrate some value, so it's not just like, hey, hang out with me and stuff like that, which is what I look forward to. But I can't fully expect you guys to just watch me for fun like that. You need to provide some sort of value for the people who watch. I do like working with charcoal. Charcoal's a lot of fun. And I think charcoal is a good medium for doing characters like Beetlejuice, where he's got kind of like this spooky feel. Like charcoal is inherently kind of spooky. Hey, Huli, how's it going? Peeking in for something spooky. Well, hopefully we'll get some spookiness up in here pretty soon. I'm working on it. There's always an ugly phase, but we'll get there. This has been a pretty good Halloween so far, I think. Like I said, I've done 3 drawings, I think, for Halloween. It's always fun for me. My plan is this Thursday to give out candy, which is going to be fun. I may dress up and then also do my live stream, which I guess depending on where you're at in the world, you might be in the parts of the United States where they're doing trick or treating while I'm doing my live stream. Usually, my live streams come on after everybody's done trick or treating for the night. Like my neighborhood doesn't get a lot of trick or treaters that late. Like usually maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock they're done. I think it goes until like maybe 9 or something like that, but people don't hang around for all that. Beetlejuice has some pretty wild hair. He looks kind of like weird right now. It's kind of a weird position for his face too. This is part of the challenge with doing this. His face is at a weird angle, but we're gonna pull this off. I have some confidence in this one. Kid says, Jeremy, keep talking to yourself and drinking paint water, and we'll keep watching. Hey, I talk to myself every time. I mean, I realize you guys are here, but I'm talking to myself. I do talk to myself a lot. The funny thing is, you guys aren't even around when I don't have an audience listening to me, and I am literally still talking to myself. I know it looks like I'm talking to myself a lot, but I'm really talking to my dogs. Like I talk to my dogs all the time. I talk to them while I'm working. I talk to them whenever I'm trying to figure something out. I ask them questions all the time. I don't expect them to respond, but I'll ask them questions anyway. Um, I ask them, "Hey, what's a good movie to watch?" They don't know what movies are in the theaters. They don't care. All they care about is when I'm going to feed them. That's what the dogs care about. All right. So this is looking pretty rough, but that's okay. I'm going to try to like get some anchor points in here so that it's not so weird looking. Um, I think I want to fix this eye over here just a little bit. That's not so weird. And give us something to look at. And when it's all just kind of blurred out like this, it's very hard for the eye to find something to focus on. And you know, even though obviously I would fix all of that at some point during the drawing process. When you're doing a live stream, you have to be conscious of the fact that people are watching and that you need to give them something to look at pretty early. Michael Keaton's got always a cool guy. Like he's got a cool face. In theory, I've been drawing Michael Keaton all my life because I used to draw Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman, a lot when I was younger. Um, I just thought I just thought Batman was the coolest thing ever when I was a kid. I wanted to be Batman. I wanted to be Bruce Wayne. I mean, who doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne? The guy's a billionaire, right? Geppetto looks happy. He is listening. Yeah, I talk to Geppetto all the time. Geppetto's like a nice companion to talk to. Uh, for those of you guys who are aspiring artists who want to like learn to draw, I do recommend getting yourself a little companion like Geppetto here. Um, Geppetto is my constant companion, and it is nice to have some inanimate object to talk to while you're working. I don't care what kind of work you do. I mean, I'm talking about artists, but it really applies to anybody. In programming, there's actually a little technique that people do when they're trying to work through a problem. It's called have you tried explaining it to a duck? And it's kind of a weird concept, but uh, sometimes like when you're programming something and you get kind of stuck on like what to do, how to like work through a problem, it helps if you explain it to someone, right? So like the person who came up with this concept used a rubber duck as the inanimate object he would explain things to, and he found that he was able to solve problems that much easier every time that he explained the problem to his rubber duck. So he kept a little rubber duck on his desk just for this purpose. Now, obviously, in my case, it's a little wooden puppet, but it's the same concept. It really does help to have somebody to talk to, even if they're not real. I sound pretty sad. It's nice to have somebody to talk to. But no, it's good to have like an inanimate object or even your pets, really. But it's nice to have something there to like talk to and work through the problem. So I like this eye. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully the other eye turns out looking as decent. We'll see how it goes. This is where it's challenging for me as an artist because I'm not 100% consistent. Need to make sure that both eyes look similar. I really think the eyes are the anchor point in this portrait of Beetlejuice. If I get the eyes right, I think that I can kind of do okay with the rest of it and it'll still be fine. But yeah, so like Beetlejuice, the original movie, such a classic. I love it. Hopefully most of you guys have already seen that movie. Because because I'll probably talk a little bit about that. The original movie. The original movie, I think, like these are all Tim Burton movies, aren't they? Like I don't feel like I need to look that up. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Um, Tim Burton and always had like I guess almost a muse when it came to actors. And during the '80s, his muse was definitely Michael Keaton because he did the Batman movie with him. He also did Beetlejuice, and he may have done one or two others. I don't know, but Beetlejuice was like an inspired choice for this movie, the original Beetlejuice movie, because like I mean, he really does well in that role, and even in the new movie, it's not a spoiler to say like he just jumps right back into the role. Like he is 100% Beetlejuice in the new movie as well. So like if you're wondering about that, yeah, he is. He brought his A game. A lot of times, like when they do remakes or like, uh, hey, Tom's in the room. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Um, and Lorraine, I don't know if I said hi to Lorraine or not. A lot of times with these remakes or reboots or whatever Beetlejuice 2 is, the actors kind of like phone it in. They don't really bring their A game. Michael Keaton is pretty good about really giving it all when he revisits his character. So like he even revisited Batman. In the last like the Flash movie is not worth seeing, but Michael Keaton's Batman in it is actually kind of worth seeing because he really leaned into that role. Um, and he didn't phone it in at all. The rest of the movie sucked, like the Flash movie, but Michael Keaton was good in the in that movie. And it's the same deal with the Beetlejuice too. He did not just kind of phone it in. He really brought his A game. And it's kind of weird because like they're what 30 years since the original Beetlejuice came out. So like I don't know how many times he had to rewatch it just to remember Beetlejuice's mannerisms and all that stuff. But he nailed it. He's a very good Beetlejuice. The only one, like, I don't know, like, I don't think it's spoiler territory just to talk about different characters in the movie. Yeah, because that doesn't get into plot or anything like that. So, the only one that I thought kind of was a little bit out of character is Winona Ryder. Like, I felt like Winona Ryder played more of like her character from Stranger Things than she did her original character from Beetlejuice. But that's fair because her original character in Beetlejuice, she was a teenager, like I don't know, 15, 16 years old. So um, it's okay for Winona Ryder's character to have changed a little bit now that she's an adult. So that makes that's not that striking, but um, yeah, she basically plays her Stranger Things character. Jeremy, do you need my channel name? Hey, if you want to put like in the chat, like at Studio of Art or whatever your channel name is, I don't need it because like I can right click on your name and get your channel. But if you want to, put in how other people can find you, feel free. And that goes for any artists who pop into my channel. I don't consider it spam if you come in here and ask people to come and check out your art because that's what we're here for. Um, Please don't post any links that are objectionable, and don't post any links that are not art related. There you go. That's the rules. That's the rules I just came up with. But if you have an art channel and you just want people to come and check you out, I can't tell people to go and check you out. That's up to them. But if you wanted to post that, I am all about helping out other artists. So, all right. So now it's got some eyes and stuff. It's a little easier to look at. Um, I think now that I've got these eyes in here, I'm a little less concerned than I was a moment ago. I need to get a mouth in here as well. By the way, I just got some goldfish. That's why I left. Oh, you went and got some goldfish. Okay, that's cool. What are you doing with the goldfish? I like goldfish. I used to have some goldfish, and then my cat, I think, ate them. I can't prove that my cat ate them. It's just I came home one day and the goldfish were on the floor, and I'm pretty sure they didn't jump out of the bowl on their own. Pretty sure my cat ate them. All right, so I'm gonna roughly sketch in a mouth. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this mouth right now. He's got disgusting teeth. His teeth are all jacked up. Beetlejuice's. Um, they had a cartoon, a Beetlejuice cartoon for a little while. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I think that was back in the 90s, maybe. I don't know. Back then, they were making cartoons out of everything. There was a Back to the Future cartoon for a little while. So basically, any kind of intellectual property, they made a cartoon out of it. But yeah, Beetlejuice was a cartoon. In it, I think him and Lydia, I think that's Winona Ryder's character, were kind of like on the same side, and they went and did ghost things together. I don't remember. It's been a long time since that cartoon, but I remember it was all right. The sandworms were a big thing in it. You guys remember the sandworms? So that's the cool thing about Beetlejuice. A lot of it was like they had stop animation for like a lot of the special effects. It's a really cool style that Tim Burton developed. That even after computers came about and stuff, that whole stop action thing, Tim Burton's really good at it. I've always been a fan of stop action movies, action animation. So, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas, um, the Sandworms and Beetlejuice, Corpse Bride. I don't know if that was computer animated or not. It was done in the same style, but even so much that like even if they were computer animated later, it's still like a distinctive style that Tim Burton created. I've always been a fan of Tim Burton's um, stop action animation. Coraline. I just watched that the other day. That's not Tim Burton, but that's kind of the same sort of style. All right. Need to work on that nose. He's got this. He looks like he's got like big buck teeth right now, but we can't put any links anywhere. We have to mod. Let me help Studio of Art out real quick. Um, let's see if I can grab that. Oops. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's a Studio of Art's channel. If you want to check him or her out, it looks like pretty cool stuff. The brief moment I got to look at it, so I do encourage it. I actually do encourage you guys to go and check out Studio of Art. Um, Make sure you come back and check me out later too. But yeah, share some of that. Share some of that goodness. Um, I am doing that thing. I think I'm going to start this next week. Rome Dog had the idea. Like Rome Dog's been asking for this for a while now, where he wanted to come on my stream, or he wanted me to come on his stream or something like that, and kind of like have like a co-stream where we both draw at the same time or something. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to attempt that next Tuesday, and I figure why not do that during like the count of the U.S. election. I don't want to watch the count of the U.S. election. I don't know. Maybe other people do, but that seems just as boring as anything I put on my channel. So I am going to do something special next Tuesday so that I don't have to watch that nonsense. And I'm going to invite some people on the show. Hopefully they all have the time available. Because if not, then I'll just reschedule it. It's fine. Kind of a spur of the moment decision that I came up with today, but I think it would be kind of cool. It's tough for me to draw mouths. It is. It's easier for me to draw closed mouths. Those are a lot easier. Like if I was drawing um, like a woman or something with like lips and all that stuff, that's a lot easier for me to draw than like an open mouth where I'm drawing teeth. Teeth are tough. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am learning to draw. So it's not like I just automatically know how to draw teeth. I'm kind of feeling my way through them just by drawing the shapes. For me, that actually works. So like if you're looking for how to draw tips, um, don't draw teeth. Draw the shapes that you see, right? It makes it a lot easier. So like if I sat down and I tried to draw teeth on this guy, I think I would struggle. But if I sit here and I draw the shapes that I see, then I got a chance at least. So that works for me. Um, different people learn in different ways and stuff. So like some of the stuff may not resonate with you, but it's what works for me. I think that if I just sat down and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna draw some teeth and stuff, that might be tough. What a weird shape, man, in the mouth. I do like Michael Keaton. He's pretty cool. Like I'm sitting here drawing this and I'm like, this is kind of like if you took Batman, who was Michael Keaton, and crossed him with Jack Nicholson's Joker, you kind of get Beetlejuice out of that. I just now realized that he basically played the Joker long before the actual Joker. I think this movie came out before Batman did, but he could have pulled out playing Joker too. Now that I think about it, it's kind of tough to top Jack Nicholson's Joker. I mean, Heath Ledger did a good job, but that's a different Joker. Um, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, that's a different Joker. I think that Jack Nicholson was the first successful Joker, probably, because like the Joker from the old Batman TV show, the campy one, I don't think he was all that good as a Joker. Jack Nicholson's Joker was probably the first good Joker. I can't tell if he's got a mustache or if it's just shadows. I think it's shadows and just gunk on his face. So that's what I'm drawing here. All right, so that looks pretty cool. I need to get some hair in there so that he doesn't look. He still looks kind of weird, but we'll get there. So as you can see, I use my blending stump a lot for shadows, just because it creates these like soft shadows. Think about making stop action gives me a bit of anxiety. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kevin. I don't mean to stress you out. When I was a kid, I used to make stop action movies with my GI Joes. That was a lot of fun. I wish I still had some of those. I don't think I do. But I used to I used to pose my GI Joes, move them like a little inch to the right or inch to the left or something, and then take a second shot. Um, you can do that with like just a regular camera. You don't even need a video camera to do that. But I used to do that when I was a kid, make little GI Joe movies. Get this little line here going up, this little crease kind of disappears. I think that this is a little bit dark here, so I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit. I love these kneaded racers. I need to get a new one. This one's seen better days, but I love kneaded racers for this kind of work. You can use kneaded racers to kind of lift up shadows and create all kinds of cool little effects in charcoal. They might not be the best word. It makes my brain tired about, oh, the amount of work. Oh, for real. Like, have you ever seen one of those behind the scenes of how they make those movies? It is literally, if you think about it, most video, I don't know what it is for professional like theatrical releases or whatever, but most videos are like 30 frames per second, right? So I think that might be the case for these stop motions. I know that you can get kind of realistic movement, kind of jerky realistic movement at 12 frames per second. I remember that used to be the default in Adobe Flash back in the day. I don't know, maybe it still is, but you can get like if you're doing like animation, um, 12 frames per second is the minimal, or else you're going to get like jerky, kind of not smooth animation. So when you think about these stop action things, 30 frames per second, so like a movie is, I don't know, like an hour and a half at least for a theatrical release, um, for like a feature length thing. So think how many seconds are in there. I'm not even going to do the math on it. It's a lot. And they basically have to move those things for each one of those frames. It is ridiculous. And they have some cheats. So like they reuse body parts and stuff in that process, but it's still a painstaking process. That's why you see so many people cheating with computer CGI nowadays, because the action stuff is so painful. But it's also cool. It's a cool effect. It's art. Like if you look at things like Coraline, for example. Coraline is a great Halloween movie. I encourage people to go and check it out. Um, that's art. The things they did with that movie. The story's cool, but the style of it is just really cool. I just love those type of things. And yeah, you can pull it off with CGI and stuff, but it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be too smooth. Hey MJ, how's it going? Oh, all right, so this is gonna be tough. I need to get these creases over this. Let's see, the whatever eye is this one. I think no, this one. There we go. All right, I need to get those creases over this eye, so that's gonna be challenging. Let me kind of tentatively, lightly get these in there. Such an expression on this face. I was so nervous going into. You want to talk about anxiety going into this drawing? I was a little bit nervous. I had a day today. It was one of those days where things kind of ran a little over, and I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do. I had a meeting that was across town. I wasn't sure I was going to get back in time. It's one of those. It's been one of those type of days. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to work on until just, I don't know, maybe a half hour before I started this stream. And I'm like, I really, really want to do Beetlejuice, but then, all like all the concerns start popping in. It's like, can you really do a decent Beetlejuice? I don't know. Can you pull it off? Like what medium should you use? Should you try it in charcoal? Should you try it in pastels? What should you try? Because like, there's some color to Beetlejuice. Like his hair is a little bit green and he's got some purple in his eyes and stuff like that. So all these things were going through my head and I'm like, I don't even know if I can pull off a Beetlejuice. Like, but anyway, long story short, I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot. Why not? The worst thing that can happen is I'll just do like, create a bad stream and have to delete it or something like that. But you guys are so forgiving, Like if I did a bad Beetlejuice, you guys would forgive me and come in and watch next stream anyway, even though like I let you down. So that wasn't really a concern of mine. You guys are super awesome and stuff. You guys have always been pretty nice to me. But I still didn't want to let you guys down. I didn't want to do a bad Beetlejuice. That would, I want you guys to be happy with my Beetlejuice. All right, so there's some crud down here, and I had the idea. So I've done a couple of these things where I do like these little like where I use a brush, okay, with a little bit of water, a little bit of water on my charcoal here, and then I kind of come over. and do some splotches. I think I need a little bit more water here. So I thought that this might be a cool effect to get. So he's got this gunk on his neck, right? Because he's disgusting. He's Beetlejuice. He basically lives in the ground, and this isn't going to look exactly like the reference picture, but I figured this would be a good technique to get that kind of gross stuff up in there. I mean, obviously, I still have like a lot more hair to do, got some more features and stuff, but I wanted to kind of see what that looked like. And kind of like just dabble this in a little bit. Because this is basically what they do with the makeup effects and stuff on the guy anyway. A little stipple of gunk. All right, that's a good start. That's good enough for me to move on and feel like I have a plan for that. So I'll come back and touch on that a little bit later. He's also got like a little bit to a lighter degree over here. And then he's got it's disgusting. Like um for you ladies out there who have a crush on Michael Keaton, you know who you are. This right here, this might change your mind. He's got this gunk on the side. I mean, he's basically got some sort of like weird disease going on over here. Just gonna stipple that in real quick. All right, that's a good start. And then maybe to a lesser degree up here. And then I do like this effect. Yeah. Beetlejuice is pretty gross. All right. So that's good enough for that for now. I'll come back to it here after I get some more. I like to kind of jump around a lot. So like I'll do some work and see if I'm happy with it, and if I am, I'll move on to something else. Basically, I want to make sure that I can pull all this stuff off, and then I'll go back and relax a little bit and kind of like fill in some of the blanks. That's my strategy. That's how I approach these things. Let's see how much I can pull off so that I know that I can do it. Then then I'll relax and kind of fill in the blanks. It's got like a really bit of shadow here on the chin. I think he's got a bit of stubble on his face. Like he's not very clean shaven. I think this is stubble. It's hard to tell. Bring this up a little bit. And let's blend that out. And Jay's like, I miss landlines. I can't even remember like the last time I used a landline. The last time I had a landline, I had it hooked up to a computer anyway. So I had like I had that voice over IP thing. That was the last landline thing that I had. I can't remember the last time I actually called up the phone company and had them turn on like an actual landline number. You guys remember payphones? I can't remember the last time I used a payphone either. Man, that must have been like, I don't know, like late 90s or something like that. Last time I used a payphone. It's weird to think about entire businesses or like entire like industries and stuff that are just gone extinct. Um, I'm sure there used to be somebody who goes around collecting coins out of those payphones and stuff. I mean, that person, well, they're probably they're probably like meter maids now. They go around writing people tickets and stuff on their cars, but they don't pick up the change out of those things anymore. I don't even think there's change in meters anymore. There's everything's done by card. Oh, can you put coins in a meter these days? I don't know. All right, let's see. Kind of want. I think there's an ear over here, but it's like very kind of nondescript. I just love this expression. I was not confident at all that I could pull out this expression. I tried to do. I don't know. Some of you guys probably remember, even though I would hope that you don't remember because it turned out like crap. I tried to do Nicolas Cage one night, and it was kind of like an expression like this, and it did not go very well. It kind of looked like Nicolas Cage, but not really. Obviously, I didn't keep that video because it was terrible. Um, so I was a little nervous going into this, whether or not I could pull up this expression of Michael Keaton's here. But I've learned a lot, with using charcoal, different techniques and stuff like that, to where I feel like, with the wispy hair and stuff like that, you've got this blending stump you can use, kind of create this little smoky hair thing. It's pretty good for that. Um, the little splatter technique for the doing the whatever gunk is on his face and stuff like that. Jeremy, I put in nickels, dimes or quarters. I think some pay meters still take coins, but I don't know. I think you pretty much have to have at least a debit card in life nowadays. Like, you don't necessarily need a credit card. Like, some people don't have good credit, right? I think you can live without a credit card, but you need a debit card of some sort of like card, because there are some places that just, like, I was at Walmart like recently, like a lot and recently, and like a lot of they have these self checkouts now. I don't know, like different Walmarts have like more than others. The one that we have is almost predominantly self checkouts now. But they most of those things won't let you pay with cash. They like you have to go looking for a register that actually lets you pay with cash at Walmart now. Like basically all of them are paid for with card. And I get it, they don't want to have to keep cash in the machine to give out change, things like that. But it's kind of weird, you can't pay with cash in this world anymore. That's even going to Walmart. Like if you go to like Amazon or something like that, if that's where you get most of your stuff, you definitely aren't paying by cash. It's like, I mean, cash is still accepted in many places and stuff, but I can definitely see a cashless future. Like probably in the next 10, 20 years, because it's already getting that far along, that in the next 10, 20 years, you won't have any cash anymore. It'll just be all on cards. And again, it doesn't matter if you have bad credit or something. You can get like a debit card or something like that, but at some point you're going to have to. Don't you hate it? I hate everything. Yes, I hate everything these days. I'm becoming a bit of a like, that sucks. I don't know. Nah, I'm just kidding. Like, I actually enjoy life. I don't have too many complaints, but I do. I do have some issues with things that aren't as convenient as they once were. I mean, I don't really have any like. What do I care? I don't care if you can't carry cash anymore. That doesn't change my life that much. I barely ever carried cash anyway. You know what? You know why? All right. So this is one thing I do care about, because like it was always my excuse. Like when Girl Scouts sell their cookies and stuff in front of Walmart, and or like any grocery store, they're everywhere. Girl Scouts are everywhere, and you can't sneak past them. So like if I see Girl Scouts selling cookies, I want to kind of like slink past them, and so that they like I don't catch their eye, because they are on it. They want you to buy those cookies like in full force and stuff. So anyway, like I try to avoid them in general. But then, like whenever they caught me in the past, like, hey, mister, you want to buy some cookies and stuff? I'd be like, well, I don't have any cash, right? That excuse doesn't work anymore. Girl Scouts are fully equipped to take credit cards now. They are cookie selling machines, exactly, Huli. Um, and there's no excuse. You cannot come up with an excuse to get past those Girl Scouts anymore, because they do accept credit cards. So you can't sit there and say, "Well, I don't have any cash on me." You know how, like, whenever a panhandler or something hits you up on the street, you say, "Well, I don't have any cash," and stuff like that, and they're like, "Okay, cool," and you just go about your way. Could you imagine panhandlers with the ability to accept credit cards? That's how these like little Girl Scouts are. They are they've become monsters. You want me to draw a Halloween monster? I'll draw a Girl Scout, because that's what they are. They're like little Halloween monsters forcing you to buy cookies even though you don't want to. Because like all my excuses are gone, you know. I can't make up an excuse. Hey, Ernest is in the house. Nice. Yeah, can't get past those Girl Scouts anymore. That's I mean, I guess you could lie. You could say like, this card that's attached to my bank account is completely empty. I have no money to my name at all. But then you're lying to a little Girl Scout, and I think you're probably like control. That's just not good. I don't know. They're tenacious though. They're really on it. It just says you're funny. Hey, I'm just speaking the truth. If you say it's funny, that's great. But I'm speaking the truth. Those Girl Scouts, they want you to they definitely want you to buy those cookies. Kid says, I do buy Girl Scout cookies every year, but they are getting more expensive every year. That's true too. I mean, I do like Girl Scout cookies. They're worth it, even though like I don't support the strong arm selling tactics of the Girl Scouts. I do like their cookies. They're worth it. And a good cause too. Like all joking aside, Girl Scouts is a good cause. I grew up in the Boy Scouts myself, and I still say that they've seen hard times recently. A lot of it they deserve. I'll be the first to say that. But I always had fond memories of being in Boy Scouts, and I'm kind of sad that there isn't something like that for young men to learn how to be a man, essentially, which is what I learned in Boy Scouts. I learned camping and survival skills and just how to be a decent person and all those type of things in Boy Scouts. And it's kind of sad to me that there's not anything like that for boys nowadays. I guess maybe there are um, in other ways, but just not in the way that I remember. It just kind of sucks. But yeah, the Boy Scouts never really had like a fundraising scheme like the Girl Scouts did. The Girl Scouts are smart. That's what it is. They're like, well, how do we get money? Well, we're gonna sell the crap out of these cookies. Like, we're gonna give them an offer they can't refuse. We're gonna like stand outside of the grocery store, and if you try to get past them, and there's like so many of them, they're like little munchkins and stuff like that. They don't like they're they always come in at least pairs. Like there's always at least two of them, and then they've got their parents there and stuff. They basically block your exit. There's no getting past them. I have a lot of opinions about these Girl Scouts out there pushing cookies. It's just not ethical. That's all. I think this hair's looking pretty good. It's looking very Beetlejuicy. So I think he wears a wig for this. I don't think this is his natural hair, even though he does kind of, have this look about him. I'm pretty sure he wears a wig for this. Kevin said, "I love it when they set up outside dispensaries." Now that actually makes sense. That's that's genius right there. We're supposed to be getting those in Kentucky now. They just did a lottery for like we're a little late to the game, but we think like in recent years, I think through an executive order by the governor or something. I don't think it was actually on the ballot, but we finally got like medical marijuana as a it's something here in Kentucky, and I just heard on the news that they gave out licenses to set up dispensaries. So next year, I think. And like, but it's medical. Like you have to have a qualifying ailment or something like that. So we're still behind the times, but at least we're getting there, I guess. I don't know. I think the big issue in Kentucky is that we had a lot of laws on the books that also prevented, like hemp sales or something like that. Like we were a big hemp um, like supplier, I guess, like for hemp rope and things like that. think I heard about that somewhere. So it was always we're just backwards this Commonwealth that I live in. We're about 10 years behind the rest of the world. Like we don't have casinos. We don't have um, like legalized marijuana. I mean, we just got the medical stuff, but we don't have most of the things that other states have. We have horses and we have bourbon, and that's about it. But it is pretty. We have some pretty lands around here. A bunch of horse farms and pretty trees and stuff. Like I went looking at the trees changing colors this past weekend, and man, it is amazing. I got some pictures and stuff. I couldn't do it justice if I tried to draw it, but I will try at some point. But um, such vibrant colors, the oranges and the reds and the yellows, like straight up yellow, like lemon yellow kind of trees and stuff. It's just beautiful out there. And I think that's only good for like one weekend, really. Like I feel like there's like one weekend each year where it's optimal. Let's go look at the leaves change kind of situation. And I think that was this past weekend. I'm sure if I went out this coming weekend, it would not look quite the same. Uh, Ernest says, I must have missed that statement from Jeremy. What's he talking about? Jeremy said he was drawing his dad. This does look like my dad. Um, I've got pictures of my dad where his hair is all frizzy all over the place. This looks like my dad in the mornings. I've gone camping with my dad, and this is definitely my dad camping. So yeah, my dad looks like Michael Keaton. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to spend a lot of time down on this neck, but I just kind of wanted to get this part in here just so that I know where that is. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great on time. Sweet. Let's see. Bring this down. So I think this is where the collarbone would be ish. I do like doing portraits. I like drawing human skin. I know that sounds weird. Hey, it's Halloween. I can say I like drawing human skin. Um, but I do. I like drawing the shadows and stuff that are tucked up in the creases of people and stuff. I'm not as good at it as I want to be, but I do enjoy drawing soft shadows and stuff, making up, you know, various parts of the human anatomy, or demonic anatomy if it's Beetlejuice. But um, I do like drawing like these little shadows here and stuff that make up these different body parts. I like the soft shadows and stuff. It's one of the reasons why I like charcoal, to be honest. Charcoal is a perfect medium for doing, shadows on like a human figure and so on. I'm pretty happy with this expression. I am surprised at how well that turned out. Like, I'm not saying this is perfect or anything like that, but I'm again, after drawing Nicolas Cage that one time and not being successful with drawing a really good expression, I'm pretty happy with this expression. If you guys get a chance to see the sequel in theaters, I think it's still in some theaters. I highly recommend it. It's on. I think it's on Amazon if you wanted to rent it or stream it of some sort or something. I don't know. It's definitely worth it. It's a good sequel. Yeah, I think this needs to come down a little bit. And this needs to come up a little bit. Anybody got any plans for Halloween? You guys doing any kind of trick or treating? Going to any like costume parties? Giving out candy? Anything of that nature? I hope you guys do something. I used to enjoy giving out candy and then coming in and watching old classics. Not like horror movies, but like old classics like I don't know, like Peanuts, Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown deal. Um, there's a couple of like Halloween classics that I used to enjoy. Trying to think if there's any besides that. Great Pumpkin was a good one. Yeah, I think that that's actually probably the only one that I really, really ever did. Oh, I'm sure they're still doing this. I used to watch it all the time. I'm not sure I've seen it in a while, but The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, that was always a big deal. I would always watch that. I'm pretty sure I've seen one of two of those in recent years. The Simpsons is still trucking along. Hey, Rome, how's it going, man? Um, the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, I'm sure if they haven't done it already this year, that is still a thing. Because The Simpsons is still around. Can you believe it? What's it been, like 40 years? Something like that, at least 30? It's crazy. But yeah, I would watch that every year. That was always a big thing for me. I'm going to try to get some hair. So the thing about these kneadable erasers, and again, this one's seen better days. This is like you can see that this is falling apart. They're supposed to be nice and soft and pliable and stuff. I don't know. I play with this as like a little stress ball, like throughout the day. So it's seen better days. I need to get a new one. But the cool thing about it is you can kind of knead it in, you know, like control it a little bit about how things so I can like streak it across and you get realistic hair effects out of it. So you can kind of like lift up the charcoal. The kneadable eraser is like an essential tool when working with charcoal because you can create these like cool little effects by picking up charcoal in this way. Of course, this one this one's terrible. It's falling apart, but um, the idea is there. It's really good for doing like hair and fur if you're doing like animals. Lift that stuff up, get kind of like especially if you have light hair like old Beetlejuice here. He's got kind of like this blondish hair looking thing. I want some candy. What kind of candy do you guys like? Um, I don't suspect a lot of kids like this stuff, but you know that cheap candy that has the Tootsie Rolls in it and like the Tootsie Roll Pops and you know, like it's like $10 a bag or something like that. That's the kind of candy I like. I actually like that stuff. I love Tootsie Rolls. The Tootsie Roll Pops, all of that stuff. Okay, let me work on this little neck area here, I guess. Let me get some dark areas in here so that we can kind of see an outline to this neck. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge chocolate person myself. Um, I know everybody's out there like, what? You don't like chocolate? I've never had much of a sweet tooth. I like more savory stuff like I like spicy foods and stuff like that. I've never been a huge sweets person. It's just me. I mean, I like sweets the same as anybody else. Don't get me wrong, I'm not crazy, but it's never been a big thing for me like it is for some people. Like some people just go nuts over chocolate. That's never been the case for me. Um, so I'm not really into the whole chocolate stuff so much. I mean, I'll eat chocolate. I like chocolate, same as the next person, but um, it's not my go-to stuff. I'm more of a sweet tart, Starburst kind of person. Something fruity. Definitely something tart, like sweet tarts and stuff. I've always loved sweet tarts. Um, Chocolate is better. Milk duds. I do like milk duds. I do like lemon heads. Lemon heads are great. I've always loved like lemon flavored stuff, like lemon pie, lemon heads, lemon candy, lemon lemon. I was gonna say Lamangelo because there was this guy named Lamangelo. So now whenever I say lemon jello, for some reason I have to say Lamangelo because that was this guy's name. Um, it's probably not a good habit to be in, but yeah. So I like lemon jello. Lemon pie is so good. Like like kind of key lime pie, but lemons. That stuff's so good. Yeah, I figure most of you guys probably like chocolate. I like chocolate mixed with peanut butter. So like Reese's peanut butter cups, I love that. And that's the key there. If you mix it with peanut butter, it's amazing. All right, relax, girl. I'm almost done. I'm gonna fix this area through here. I feel like I haven't put in. Yeah, see this eraser is falling apart here. Put that over to the side. All right, let me work on this nose. I just realized that I haven't gotten to that part yet. Yeah, I think I could live with chocolate. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate chocolate, but it's just not my go-to. Noses are tough too, especially when they're like turned up like this. Because like there's a couple of little shadow points in there that you have to get right in order to make it look realistic. Like there's some darker areas down here. Um, the dark area there. Especially if you're drawing like a woman's nose and they have like one of those cute noses that you want to get perfect and you just can't. Um, a lot of effort goes into trying to get the nose just right, and it's tough. It really is. But with Beetlejuice, it doesn't matter so much. Get my old kneadable eraser here. Wake me up anytime for lemon pie. I love lemon pie. I love lemon pie. I love key lime pie. Key lime pie is arguably better than lemon pie. I just like lemon everything, so I have to include lemon pie in there. But I think arguably key lime pie is just a little bit better, just because more places offer it. I think key lime pie, and some places are really really good at it. And I do like I just like lime in general. I'm a huge fan of like margaritas. Like I'll drink margaritas all day. I love bourbon and margaritas. But yeah, key lime pies are something that people take pride in. Like people are like my key lime pie is the best, and sometimes they're right. I don't see a lot of people like, oh, I've got the best lemon pie. I don't see that all that often, but I'm sure there's somebody out there, somebody who specializes in lemon pies. But I do like them. I like those Jeremy, can you fill me in on next week plans? Yeah, so Rum Dog, I was thinking about on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, like instead of watching the boring election results come in because I hate that kind of stuff, um, I thought I'd create a distraction by doing a live stream, so going live, but then also inviting people on it to share with me. So, like, if you are busy or not busy, sorry, next Tuesday, don't take off of work for this. Only do it if you have the time off. Let me know, and I will set up StreamYard and send you an invite and all that stuff. It's pretty easy to do to log in through it. I've done these things before. Um, we just draw a picture together. I'll come up with something for us to draw, and let you know beforehand, and invite other people as well. So I was going to invite anybody who wants to come on. I know BIC, he's not in here tonight, but he had mentioned that he was wanting to maybe pop in. Even if you don't draw, it could be a party. If you want to just come in and hang out, and you know, you can show your face, not show your face. You can talk, not talk, kind of up to everybody. It's just I figured throw a little party and stuff to distract us from the craziness that is the election this year. Trying to put a little highlight on this. Um, yeah, I'm gonna use this one instead. Anyway, I thought that'd be fun for next week. If nobody wants to, that's totally cool. If it doesn't work for everybody's schedule and stuff, I plan to do more of these in the future. So um, if it doesn't work for you guys, there might be another one at some point that it would work for you guys. You might have a plus one. Oh, okay, more the merrier. Cool. There's probably going to be some like rules, like try to keep it kid friendly. Don't like curse a lot if you do feel like talking. I mean, I every now and then I say a bad word, but I try to keep it to a minimum just to keep the channel family friendly. But yeah, so I like this. This is looking good. I'm going to kind of move back down to here now that I've got that nose kind of worked out. I think try to get a little bit more of a shadow there. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I don't know. Maybe it's dumb. Maybe it'll be boring, but let's give it a shot. And as long as somebody wants to hang out with me next Tuesday, we'll do it. If nobody has the time or whatever, we'll just pivot to something else. It'll be fine. So don't stress it. Like don't like I know that you sometimes work on Tuesdays, so like don't take off Tuesday or whatever, because like I can also do these things on like Saturdays sometimes or something like that. There's no real reason why it has to be on Tuesday. I just thought I'd give it a shot next week and then see how it goes. Maybe it'll be dumb. Maybe it'll be like too technically difficult and have to uh have to kind of put a pin in it for like some other day or something. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll work out. See how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So what? Like I said, I'm blessed with a audience on this channel that forgives me for things not working. Lorraine said, I would way rather watch your channel than the election stuff. Yeah, plus, even if you're into the election, it's not going to be like, look, I don't have to be able to predict who's going to be the winner of the election to be able to tell you that there is no way they are going to resolve this next Tuesday. They'll still be counting votes because it's such a tight election. It's so close. It could go either way. They are definitely going to be counting votes, Wednesday, probably probably all week, but definitely they are not going to resolve this before 10 o'clock on the East Coast. That's just not going to happen. So, it'll give you a break from watching that kind of stuff. You can go back to watching it after you're done hanging out with us. Or you can just skip watching us and go and watch that. That's totally fine too. And whatever you guys want. But yeah, like if you're like me, you find that kind of stuff boring, and that you're certainly not going to miss out on anything in the time span that like we do this show. There you go. That's the best. That's the most easiest way to say it. You're not going to miss out on anything for those 2 hours that we're doing this live stream. So feel free to check out the results while hanging out with us and stuff. But if you want a break from all that, we will be here. Not just me. Hopefully there'll be others in here as well. That'd be cool. Not really a protest party, but it's going to be a party. Let's see. Doing these clothes are kind of tough. I'm realizing this is a little bit ratty. Bring this down again. I don't want to get too far in the weeds on these clothes. Chairman, this is starting to resemble my hubby this week. He's been sick this week and not a good patient. Oh, I'm so sorry. So this is what he looks like. Well, I do hope he feels better soon. But yeah, this is basically what guys look like when you know they've they've had a rough day, rough night. Yeah, this is what I hope to look like at his age. This would be awesome. All right, so I think that's looking pretty good. There are some areas that maybe require some touch-ups here and there, but I will worry about that here in a moment. I wanted to get some of those, wanted to go back to my water bit here. If I can do this without spilling the water or drinking it, which I've done before. Some of you guys remember that. I go to drink my bourbon and I end up drinking my water. This is actually my downfall, doing this channel. So I started the channel and I'm like, it would be a fun time to just sit back, have a bourbon, draw some pictures and stuff like that. But I do think the drinking has been part of my downfall because, like, I don't know. The more I get into like doing the drawing and the more I've been drinking, I start not making much sense. And then at some point during the night, if I really am not paying attention, I'll end up drinking the my paint water, which is not good. Most of this stuff is not toxic, like this charcoal. Actually, I heard charcoal is actually probably good for you in some way. Don't go drinking charcoal just because I said that, because I really don't know. I'm not a medical doctor, but I did hear somewhere that you need charcoal in your system, probably for like digestion or something. I don't know if they really mean art charcoal. I don't know how that works, but I think I would survive if I drink this charcoal water. But some of that paint, none of that paint is like toxic, but it's probably not tasty. Doesn't taste like the bourbon, at least. Hey, who's Kadu? I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, Dondrell Lee Artistry. Appreciate you stopping in. Looks fire. That's a great compliment. I appreciate that. Get some swooshes in this hair up here. I think it turned out better than I thought it was going to. I was a little bit nervous, to be honest. I do portraits every now and then, but I'm not that great at them. You can, well, don't go looking through my channel at other portraits I've done, because like some of them are pretty bad. One or two of them are strikingly good. Like there was this one picture I did of this girl. She kind of has this white veil over her head. Kind of looks like Mother Mary or something like that. That turned out really well. I impressed myself on that one. But that is not the norm. I'm not known for my portraits. But I do enjoy a good Halloween picture. And if you're gonna do Halloween, especially this year, why not do Beetlejuice? Because Beetlejuice is awesome and he makes for a great drawing. I've seen a number of artists on YouTube doing Beetlejuice, and some of them way better than me, but it's always fun. It's always a good time. But yeah, like kid said, this looks like her husband when he's sick. This looks like my dad when he just wakes up. I mean, like the jokes kind of write themselves. Basically, all guys kind of look like this at some point in their lives. So as you move away from the face, I feel more comfortable just kind of loosely, just kind of like basically sketching in this clothing. Like nobody's going to grade me on the clothing here. Um, artistic discretion on how far or not far you want to get with detail of that kind of stuff. Just for those who aren't familiar with using wet charcoal, it does work out great that you can use a brush with charcoal to kind of create some neat effects. So in this case, I'm using it to kind of create this gunk on his face, and it works out really well. So I'm just going to be a little. I mean, it's not going to perfectly match the reference drawing when I add these effects and stuff, but I think it looks cool, to kind of like add a little bit of grunge to this. Stop whining. This takes a little while. We're almost done. Dogs get antsy. So I like adding these splotches and stuff to my charcoal pictures just because it kind of looks cool. And in this case, it kind of adds to the grunginess. Like Beetlejuice does kind of live in the ground, you know, kind of pops up out of the ground. So it makes sense to make it a little bit grungy. All right. So I think that's enough of that. Put that to the side. We're getting pretty close to being done here, I think. Let me put that over to it. Sorry, let me go with this. Kind of wanted to add a little bit more charcoal over here, just kind of blend this right in a little bit. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get, actually. Maybe a little bit more shadow down here. Get that shadow of his, whatever this part is, the voice box, I guess. I don't know, like throat thing. These are all technical terms I throw out. Throat thing, that's it. That's the actual anatomy part. Trachea, I think that's called. There we go. We'll go with that. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Let me go back to these eyes real quick and get the line of the iris. There you go. That like pops out a little bit more. I like that. All right. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know. There's probably like little improvements I can make here and there and stuff, but oh, MJ's taken off. Have a good one. I'm just about done here actually, so you're not missing much. There's probably like a bunch of little improvements I can make to this, but we're just hanging out, having fun with the Halloween. I'm never one to like go too crazy on details and stuff. I'm not like a hyper realistic artist. Um, I like to leave a little bit of style in it, like relax, relax, dog. Okay. I like to leave a little bit of hey, this was drawn. It doesn't need to look like a photo. A little bit of style to it, I think. Putting a little bit of hatching in here just to kind of blend it together. The other thing is I use my blending stump a lot to get these like smooth marks and smooth areas of shadow and stuff like that. But I don't want things to look that smooth. I want there to be a little bit of pencil texture in there. So I'll come back over all of that stuff and add some hatching just so that it comes back to looking like a drawing instead of you know, something that's just kind of smoothed out. I generally try to get all the hatching to go in like one direction, so it looks like I'm actually thinking about it and not just randomly putting in pencil marks. Like I see a lot of artists, they just kind of scribble all over the page. I like all my marks to kind of go in one direction if I can. Not always, but yeah, I think we're about done here. Like I don't want to overdo this, and I think it looks decent. Probably not perfect, but kind of get a little bit of this, like, little, whatever that is. Get that in there. All right. I think that looks like Beetlejuice. So hopefully you guys think so as well. I noticed a couple of new people in my chat tonight, which is awesome. Appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, we do these every Tuesday, Thursday nights. Usually I'm a wildlife slash pet artist, so like I draw a lot of dogs and cats and people's pets and you know, furry little woodland creatures, things of that nature. That's usually what I draw. But I basically draw whatever I feel like drawing at the moment. Not everything's for everybody, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this at least. Um, but yeah, if you enjoyed this, I do appreciate you guys stopping in, and hope you come back again. And go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, so that you get like a notification whenever I'm live. But I am basically live every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's easy to find me. Sometimes I have to take off just because of work or some scheduling conflict or something like that. But I'll let you know on the About tab if that's ever the case. Most times I'm here. I will be back this Thursday on Halloween, which is awesome. I will probably be doing another Halloween inspired picture, although what, I have no idea. Probably something creepy. I like creepy things at Halloween. I don't know. Sometimes I do cute things, like my little pumpkin with the cat on top. That's cute. I wouldn't call that creepy, but I don't know. If you guys have not seen this movie in theaters, I do recommend going to see it. It is very cool. So I think that's about it. Let's can think of something else. But I will be back on Thursday, and I will see you guys then. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping in. Don Drell says sending an email to join the stream on the 5th. Awesome. Yeah. So as long as I have like 2 people, I'll do it. If nobody shows and stuff, we'll pivot to something else. But yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I don't know what we'll draw yet, but I'll pick something and I'll send you guys an email and let you know what we're drawing. And then hopefully I can do the StreamYard thing where we've got a couple of people in it. If not, then maybe I'll do Zoom or something like that. But we'll sort all that out. Once I have an idea of how many people want to participate, but we'll figure all that out. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this tonight. Michael Keaton is Beetlejuice, and hope you guys have a great Halloween. I will see you on Halloween. I'll see you Thursday. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you.